Hi everybody, welcome to 30 Days of Gratitude with me, Susie. Today we are on day 23 and it's a really lovely practice today. I think you'll all really enjoy it. It's looking at our desires and it's day 23, before your very eyes. So in this chapter in the book, if you're following along with The Magic by Rhonda Byrne, Rhonda Byrne describes when she first started using gratitude and that she wrote a top 10 desires list and carried them with her. She would take them out all the time, take the list out and look through them and be really grateful for all of these things. And she adds in there that there were big things. So they were really big things, such as her company was at the time $2 million in debt and about to be closed down. So amongst the list of these things was her success and to be able to jump back from that. And she just really had no idea how these things were going to happen. But the beauty of gratitude is we're not worrying about how, we're just focusing on the feeling of gratitude and believing in the things that we're desiring. So we're being grateful for them as though they've already happened. So my own story for this is growing. And I'm practicing gratitude more and more now. We've been doing the challenge, but I've noticed that the times in my life when I've most been going with the flow, so I've been in the flow and felt like things are naturally being drawn to me, that's when I've been using gratitude the most. So last year I had the beautiful experience of being able to go to Burning Man Festival, which is something I'd been grateful for all of my life, or for a long time, many years, for wanting to go. It always seemed such a distant dream because it was very far to go and such a big thing to do. And then I met my friend Juan, who I ended up going to the festival with, and we'd met the year before in the magical pyramids of Egypt at a biodiversity conservation UN big conference, and it was just magical that we kind of made a decision at that point to probably try and go to Burning Man. So I started just feeling so grateful for this opportunity, but could see that there wasn't really a lot of option for me to go, given finances and the charity that I run. But I just kept feeling grateful and I kept seeing myself there. And I really, really knew I was going, despite not really having a clue how that was going to happen. I then got offered that I could volunteer, which I love doing, and have some assistance, have a reduced price ticket because of volunteering. And so this just came at a wonderful time when I was believing I was going, despite not really knowing and being sure how, and I ended up going and had the time of my life and was then granted with even more things to be grateful for. It was absolutely incredible. Met some wonderful people, had a really magical, amazing experience after experience. And then my trip just carried on like that the whole time I was in the US and Mexico for 4 months last year. So gratitude really, really works. And I didn't think about how. We don't get worried in the nitty-gritty about how these things are going to come about. Just believe that they will, and being grateful that as if they already have. So today's activity is to write down your top 10 desires. These can change, but just do them as they are today. Write them on a piece of paper so that you can fold them up and put them in your pocket or your wallet or your purse, or place them somewhere you're going to see them all day, on and off. And then at least 2 times today, pull that list out, including as you're writing them down. Read each one out loud, and for about a minute, at least a minute, think about how grateful you are that these things have happened. How you would feel in the moment if they happened. So as if they've happened. This is really important, and I'm not very good at explaining this, but we're thinking about it as though they've happened. So if one of my desires is to win the lottery, I bask in that feeling in my heart space and in my body. Maybe close your eyes about how I feel when I've won the lottery, how I'll feel. So just what I would do, who I would tell, what I'm going to do with that money, all the difference it would make to my charity, etc., etc. So I really hope you enjoy this practice. It's a lovely practice. And if you can, you just keep doing this. Keep that list with you. So Rhonda Byrne says that she did this all the time. Every single day she would look at this list at least a couple of times. Go over them. Think about each one for at least a minute and say thank you, and just be so grateful that she'd received these things. And she did. She received all of them. So over the course of a few years, every single one of her top 10 desires came true, and she just kept adding new ones. But even enormous things came true. And this is just the law of attraction and the force behind gratitude. So yeah, let's just feel into the joy of gratitude and allow these things into our life. So I hope you have a really great time doing this. As usual, if you're joining us today, go back to day one. You can find the day one video on my YouTube and Instagram, Blonde Susie, and my Instagram and Facebook, ahimsa_wellbeing. So have a great day. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.